What does the American dream mean to you? For many, it signifies a comfortable middle-class lifestyle, a sense of financial freedom where bills are paid, food adorns the table, a roof shelters the family, and savings nestle in the bank. Yet, this dream is being challenged in our present day. Even those raking in salaries well over six figures find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, their dreams of financial freedom replaced by the harsh reality of just scraping by. The problem lies not in the dream itself but in the widening gap between wages and the cost of living. Over the past 50 years, wages have struggled to keep up with the rising tide of expenses, making it increasingly difficult for many families to attain that quintessential middle-class lifestyle, that iconic American dream. The American dream is becoming increasingly elusive, even for those who seem to have it all. Financial comfort is a relative term, isn't it? It's a concept that can be as varied as the places we call home and the lifestyles we choose to lead. Once upon a time, a six-figure salary was seen as the pinnacle of financial security, the golden ticket to a life of comfort and stability. But today, that very same figure may not be enough to cover the basic needs in certain parts of the country. The cost of living isn't a static concept, it fluctuates based on a myriad of factors, with geographical location being a prominent one. Living in bustling metropolises like New York or San Francisco can strain pockets significantly more than residing in smaller towns or cities. The same amount of money doesn't stretch as far in these places, and this is where the six-figure salary starts to lose its shine. Now let's dive into some statistics. It's estimated that 26% of people believe they would need a salary within the range of $100,000 to $149,000 a year to feel financially comfortable. This isn't an outrageous expectation, considering the rising costs of living and stagnant wages that many are grappling with. However, it does highlight a significant shift in the perception of what constitutes financial security. The crux of the matter is that wages have been trailing behind the cost of living for the last half-century or so. This lag has made it increasingly challenging for many families to attain the middle-class lifestyle that has long been synonymous with the American dream. The dream of owning a home, having some savings tucked away, and being able to provide for your family without the constant worry of scraping by. The gold standard of a six-figure salary no longer guarantees financial security. It's a sobering reality that many are coming to terms with. The figures behind the dream are changing, and with them the dream itself is being redefined. The American dream, it seems, is evolving, much like the country itself. So, what's the price tag on the American dream today? That's the question at the heart of a comprehensive study by Go Banking Rates. They sought to quantify the cost of living that classic American dream, a lifestyle that includes owning a home, a car, and even a pet, while still having 20% of income for savings and 30% for discretionary spending. The analysis took into account a family of 4, 2 adults, and 2 children. The results? The American dream comes with a six-figure price tag in every single one of the 50 states. Yes, you heard it right. The dream is not cheap, not by a long shot. In fact, 38 states require an annual income of over $140,000 to make the dream a reality. Let's take a closer look. The most affordable states, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Kentucky, demand an annual income between $109,000 to $117,000. That's still a significant amount, especially when you consider that the median income for a household of 4 in these states in 2022 was between $71,000 to $87,000. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Hawaii, California, and Massachusetts. Living the American dream in these states requires an annual income of over $240,000. The median income for a family of 4 in these states fell at least $94,000 short of what's required for the American dream in 2022. The Go Banking Rates analysis paints a clear picture of the financial reality many families face today. The cost of living the American dream is much higher than what most people earn. It's a stark reality that underscores the increasing financial pressures that many families are grappling with, even those earning well above the average income. The American dream comes with a hefty price tag, one that's far beyond the reach of many. As the cost of living continues to rise, the dream seems to drift further out of reach for many Americans. The question then becomes, how can we bridge this gap? That's what we'll look at next. But what about the basic needs? Can a $100,000 salary cover them? Let's take a closer look. According to an analysis by the Associated Press, in about 80% of the country, a family of 4 can indeed meet their basic needs on less than $100,000 a year. But let's emphasize basic needs. We're talking about housing, food, transportation, healthcare, childcare, and taxes, essentially just the bare bones of living. And what about savings? What about setting a little something aside for the rainy days or the golden years? Does $100,000 a year leave room for that? The answer, unfortunately, is a resounding no. This figure doesn't even take into account saving for retirement. And what about the children? Many of us dream of giving our kids a head start in life, perhaps through a college education. But again, our 100 grand salary doesn't stretch that far. The cost of tuition, not to mention books, housing, and all the other expenses that come with a college education, are beyond the reach of this income bracket. So, yes, a family of 4 might be able to scrape by on $100,000 a year. But it's a far cry from the financial security that we associate with the American dream. The dream of owning a home, not just renting one. The dream of providing for your family without the constant worry of living paycheck to paycheck. The dream of saving for the future, so that your children might have it a little bit easier than you did. And that's where we see the reality gap. The difference between just surviving and truly thriving. Between just getting by and actually getting ahead. Between meeting the basic needs and achieving the American dream. So to sum it all up, while a $100,000 salary might cover the bare essentials, it falls significantly short of providing the economic security and upward mobility that are at the heart of the American dream. Meeting basic needs is one thing, achieving the American dream is another. The American dream is not what it used to be. There was a time when the dream was straightforward and attainable. You'd finish school, secure a job, buy a house, and start a family. These milestones were the epitome of success, the very embodiment of the American dream. But today, these milestones have become harder to reach, turning the dream into a challenging quest for many. Consider the value of a high school degree. Decades ago, a high school diploma was a golden ticket into the middle class. It was enough to land you a solid job, perhaps in manufacturing or construction, industries that were once the backbone of America's middle class. A high school diploma could secure a stable income, allowing you to buy a home, raise a family, and live a comfortable life. But the landscape has changed. The value of a high school diploma has diminished over the years. The jobs that once welcomed high school graduates with open arms now demand higher qualifications, advanced skills, and extensive experience. The middle-class jobs that were once abundant are now scarce, and the competition for these jobs has become fierce. This change has made it increasingly difficult for high school graduates to land jobs that can support a middle-class lifestyle. And it's not just about jobs. The cost of living has skyrocketed, outpacing wage growth. Buying a home, once a hallmark of the American dream, has become a daunting task due to soaring property prices. Starting a family too has become more expensive, with the cost of healthcare, childcare, and education continuing to rise. This changing landscape has altered the American dream, making it harder to achieve. But despite these challenges, the allure of the dream remains the same. The desire for financial stability, home ownership, and a better life for our children, these ideals are still at the heart of the American dream. So, while the path to the dream may be steeper and more treacherous than before, the destination remains the same. And that's the beauty of the American dream. It's resilient, it evolves, and it continues to inspire hope and ambition. The American dream may be evolving, but its allure remains the same. So, can a $100,000 salary buy the American dream today? The simple answer is, it's complicated. The American dream, once symbolized by a comfortable middle-class lifestyle, has become increasingly elusive, even for those earning 6 figures. The harsh reality is that wages have not kept pace with the soaring cost of living over the past 50 years. This wage stagnation, coupled with geographical and lifestyle factors, has pushed the dream out of reach for many. In fact, to achieve what was once considered the standard of financial comfort, families in all 50 states need to earn well over $100,000. And in the most expensive states, an annual income exceeding $240,000 is required. The truth is that the American dream is not a one-size-fits-all concept, and neither is the salary that can buy it. As we move forward, it's crucial to reconsider and reshape our understanding of this dream and the means to achieve it.